Greetings YouTube, DJ Bonebreaker coming at you for my first ever Valheim build showcase. We're at my main Plains Castle base of Ängelsborg today, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So yes, as you can see, this is my L-plan castle that I built here in the Plains biome, although this is a very interesting area in that immediately on this side you have a meadow, and immediately on that side you have a swamp, and then right over here is one of the largest mountain biomes that I've come across in this world. That also is where the boss spawn for Motor is. And then just barely past, you can kind of see that pine tree over there is a black forest biome. So there's like 5 biomes that meet right here at this spot, which is why I chose it for my base. So anyways, in the outer ward here is the this little like stone walled farmyard here that I have. The barn is where I have my chicken coop. And of course it decides to start raining. Why is it every time I film one of these build showcases it starts raining? But I digress. I partially based the design off this barn off of some of the stone barns that we have here locally, including having like the wooden doors recessed back, like these large wooden doors. And this is of course where I keep my my cart, and where I keep all my chickens. And you can go through these little gates here, and I'm going to try to get out this door without letting any of the chickens escape. Oh, yeah, and one of my loxes is blocking me off. Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, over on this side here is the lox pasture. And the 2 loxes with the saddles are the first 2 that I tamed and used for breeding all the rest of them. So, fairly basic here. Oh, it looks like the loxes managed to kill a mosquito. Good job, guys. And then this is the gate leading to the swamp. And yes, I dug out a moat around the entire perimeter of this place to make it easier to defend. So yeah, immediately on this side here is the swamp, and this highway actually goes all the way . Anyways, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Is this road goes all the way to the to Galdr, the one dwarf merchant. It took me a while to build it, and occasionally because of the this moat and the natural stream that was here originally connects into this swamp, I occasionally get leeches in the moat, which usually tend to help with defending the castle against base raids. And over here across this bridge is, I guess, the main castle complex, you'd say. In this lower ward here of the castle, I've got my crop fields. I've got a turnip field over here, carrots over here, and onions over here, and then last but definitely not least, my barley field over here. Before I head up to the inner ward, this is my stone wharf that I use for docking my ship at. It is fairly basic, but it gets the job done and it works quite well. I think I've unloaded everything. Yep, I already unloaded everything off my ship from my last major sailing expedition. But yeah, this is my longboat. And then heading up here, this castle is built on the site of a fueling village. And pretty much the only more or less original structure left from the original village is this bonfire here. But hey, I was more than willing to let the fuelings live in peace, and because I initially wanted to build here because of the coastal location and everything, but I was like, oh, there's a fueling village, so I just was initially going to build up on the side of the cliff there, but then the fuelings decided to attack me, and I was like, okay, well, I guess this means war then, so I wiped them out and took over their land. Which I might say is rather historically accurate, but I digress. So yeah, I've got this portal here goes back to spawn. There's nothing really there at spawn right now aside from a portal and the stone circle. I might build some structures there eventually, but we'll see. Yeah, I got this, this inside of this guard tower conveniently conceals some crafting benches that allow me to construct various things like the gates and the well, the stone walls themselves. This portal here is my general use portal. Basically, I changed the name of the portal to whatever names are here in the directory. Right now it's connected to the Queen's boss dungeon. So yeah. But like I said, I can change it to like Haldor or Hilder because I actually finally found her. Hence why I have my nice fancy dress on. But yeah, you can get up on top of the wall like this. And then, you know, this wall is actually a defensive wall proper that can be manned with this little tower over here. I got my trash disposal, my windmill for grinding my grain into flours, my flax fields up here, and my 5 beehives, which are all full because I got so much honey I don't know what to do with it right now. This is one of the few dedicated portals I have. This portal takes me to a infested mine in this one area that has a lot of points of interest that I still haven't fully mined out. So I use that occasionally for doing some mistland farming. This is my wisp fountain. Yeah, actually I suppose I should start over here, but yeah, I've got another small defensive tower over here, which again has this workbench and stone cutter in it. Provides a good lookout over top. Yeah, you see that small spit there? That's actually technically a dark forest biome. So I have gray dwarves constantly spawning over there. And then this takes over to this bastion here. Yeah, this stone circle was originally here, but as I was like terraforming this area, I ended up with, you can't break these, so I decided to incorporate it into the castle build. This particular one here. And it's also part of this whole raised area here is basically my military pre-industrial complex, because I've got my blast furnace here, my charcoal oven here, and my smelter over here. So this is where I process all my ores that I get. Got this maypole that I built when the spring seasonal stuff's available. And now for the castle itself. So as you can see, it's basically Well, this wing here is basically 2.5 stories, and this wing's 3 stories, but it's an L-plan castle. This portal is my emergency return portal. So, like, if I get stuck somewhere and if I can get enough materials to build a portal, I'll just build it and just label it as home, and it'll take me back to here. And yes, of course, I killed Eitr an additional time just so I could mount his head on my castle. Got this little porch here. And then this is entrance over here. So I think I'm going to go in from this side first. So this is the castle kitchen. We've got our basic cooking station, our cauldron is fully upgraded, and our oven over here, which I actually incorporated into the wall. So you can see the back part of the oven sticking out here, which is perfect because it lines up perfectly with this stone staircase right here. I originally had the oven up against this wall where this window was, but it kept getting destroyed whenever trolls would attack during the ground is shaking raid. So I just moved it over here so it wouldn't get smashed up all the time. Or goblins would be like chucking their spears at it. But yeah, this is my fermenter. Oh, it looks like my meat's finally done. But yeah, this box here holds some miscellaneous ingredients and seeds for the farm, and some of my miscellaneous tools. This one holds a lot of my brewing and fermenting supplies. And this holds like most of my honey and meads that I've made. Although I've kind of had to do an overflow over here because I've made up too much the major healing base. But over here, this is my primary ingredients. This is like all my fruits and vegetables, all my meaty bits. And this is my box O sausages. And over here is where most of my prepared foods are kept for storage. And also some overflow from the sausage box. But yeah, this is the kitchen. I think it looks rather thematic for a medieval kitchen and rather homey. Also has like some, you know, deer heads and boar heads and other food critter heads on the wall. Here is the forge. Well, one of the forge areas. Got my fully upgraded metal forge with some of my old tools and weapons, like my old iron pickaxe, my old black metal shield, the Draugr Fang, my black metal Atgyr, as well as like trophies from various mobs that I've killed over the course of the game. Again, the forge is fully upgraded, and oh yeah, this here is a Wraith trophy, but I have it hanging up besides the door to make it look like some, you know, like an overcoat or something someone hung up on a peg next to the door for, you know, convenience so they can grab it and put it on before going out. This chest has all my chitin, crystal, wispy stuff, and smelted ingots. I need to see about getting more copper and tin here. Actually, no, not so much tin, but more copper. Because I've been making a whole bunch of these Dvergr lanterns, and they need bronze and copper to place. This chest here has all my, basically like all my textile materials and leather. And this chest here has all my wood and bone stuff that I'm actually using for crafting. And this here is the other like crafting area. It's got my fully upgraded workbench and my currently fully upgraded black forge. And it's also got my iron cooking station, so I can cook the seeker meat, because you can't cook it on the other cooking station. And it's also got a trophy from like one of the bosses from the Hilder's request, side quest line. And some other trophies. And again, another cloak hanging up by the door heading out. As for these chests, this has got some of my more unusual stuff here. As well as like I keep arrows and stuff in here. This one here is just for Surtling cores that I get from the multiple Surtling spawn points in the swamp. This one here is where I keep my stone. And this chest here is a black metal chest that has nothing but black metal in it, because of all the goblins that are around here. I have like virtually unlimited supply of black metal. And this course leads out to the porch. And over here is the stairwell. And underneath this, at the bottom of the stairs, I have some chests that have some miscellaneous trophies that I chuck in here. And some more miscellaneous trophies. And then this chest has like all my Grey Dwarf eyes, guck, and resin. And it looks like I'm running low on food. Better top up. Oh, and this, behind this door right here is one of the most important rooms in the castle. It's the room for the Jarl's other throne, if you get my drift. This structure, which is actually historically accurate, is known as a garderobe. And like most such structures on actual medieval castles, it's placed so that the business goes directly into the moat. And so here on the second floor, this here is my throne room, with the feasting table and some additional trophies of dragons that I've killed, some of my old armor on display, various decorations. I'm actually really personally proud of the job that I did with decorating the feasting table here. They got like, you know, hearty meals. Everybody has their flagons full of mead. And then I've got my special drinking horn here. And I've even got a couple of the Dverger tankards that I've recovered from some of the infested mines. And again, different meals on display here. And then I have different meads on display at the center for, like, you know, drinks for people. And then I decided to, I actually lugged this thing before they added the option that you could, you know, make metal stuff that normally wasn't teleportable. I actually lugged this thing all the way down from that mountain out back to place it here in my throne room, this dragon egg. And over here is my personal chamber. It's got my Galdr table, which currently has all the upgrades for it. The artisan table and my automatic loom, or sorry, spinning wheel for producing my linen thread. And over here is my bedroom with my old padded armor suit hanging here. Another, like, you know, cloak hanging on the wall. My big fancy bed. And over here we have my desk with my all my, you know, extra money on display here. And this chest here is where I keep some of my, well, where I keep most of my treasure items, and as well as some of my unique clothing. Like, normally I'd keep all this clothes that I'm wearing here, but I decided to dress up fancy for this video. And then finally, upstairs here is the third floor. This part here, the main third floor area, is the chapel. Yes, in a very pagan themed Viking game, I built a Christian chapel just because. So yeah, this here's the pulpit and everything, but a lot of castles would have a chapel built into them like this. Not super fancy, but you know, it serves its purpose. And then through this door here, we've got this storeroom attic part here, which has like a bunch of random stuff for like spawning bosses and overflow for like my troll leather, or sorry, troll hide and bone fragments. And this one is an overflow chest for trophies. And then back here, along this side here, is like the guest quarters with some additional beds. Got some decorations, you know, some rugs, some additional storage for the guests to stash their stuff. Little area next to the chimney where it's nice and warm for them to sit down and like read or talk or whatever. But yeah, that's Ängelsborg Castle. I hope you all enjoyed and were potentially inspired by this build. And until next time, this is DJ Bonebreaker, signing off.